So we're in game 3 here of this series between Hontor Time Suck now on the Legion side and Temp Team on the Hellborn, obviously tied 1-1, as we've had two somewhat one-sided games here, as we've had a really strong performance of the Legions in the laning phase by the Legion side in both games, which has just then turned into a pretty easy victory for that team as they played a little safe, they took their farm, they took the map control really heavily, both sides really emphasizing the push, and turn that into a somewhat easy victory for both sides. It was never really in too much doubt. It wasn't too much back and forth. It was mostly just solidly played and then a win. So we'll see if that continues here. Hontor Time Sucks certainly hope that it does because they would like to be on the Legion and have their third win or second win in the series, and as a result knock out the guys on Temp Team. But obviously they're going to have to do that. They can't just hope for it. I don't even know where that was going, but Pesty, Ophelia, Keeper of the Forest, and Scout getting banned out, as Pesty's banned for the first time this game. Ophelia banned a second time in this series. And Keeper of the Forest, Scout, obviously both suicides. Keeper was played both games by the guys on Temp Team, I believe, but didn't have too much success the first time, was much better the second time, and he is now removed from the pool this time by the captain of One Dream One Team, aka Hontor Time Suck on the Legion side, as they figure, oh, it's a comfort hero for them, let's remove it. Of course, Tempest and Parasite still available as junglers, except Tempest has already been picked, as Legion's first two picks are Tempest and Bubble, so bans nothing too surprising there. Two junglers, one jungler, one suicide slash jungler, another suicide, and then Pesty, of course, that very annoying hero to deal with, as he is super powerful, but it will be the Empath third pick here on DREM, so Tempest, Bubbles, and Empath. So lots of lockdown here. So far I'm concerned about the lack of damage. The team fight is everywhere. I think this team is primed for a Moon Queen, a Corrupted Disciple, a Sand Wraith, a Soul Stealer, maybe even a Slither. One of those heroes would do extremely well in this lineup. Sand Wraith I probably wouldn't prioritize so much. MQ, Soul Stealer, and Slither I'm going to say are... No, MQ, Soul Stealer, MQ, Corrupted Disciple, and Slither. Just because I think Soul Stealer would fit really well in this lineup as well. We don't see him that much, so I kind of, that's the reason I would think that, oh, maybe they're not going to pick it up. But they need damage at this point. Lots of team fight damage, lots of right-click damage, and anything that they can get to in a team fight go, all right, we've done our job, Bubbles and Tempest, we're not going to let them go anywhere, and now you hit them really hard. So banning phase has begun, and I suspect LG on the Hellborn side will be taking out a bunch of these short laners as they've picked up Hag once again on top of Warbeast and Parasite. So their late game is pretty well secured. Parasite obviously helping out more of the mid game, not so much late game hero, but both Hag and Warbeast will scale extremely well. And this Legion side, not really having too many heroes that do that. Tempest obviously just always viable because of that ultimate and the pushing power he brings. But obviously supports fall off a little bit. Empath, one of the better supports in the laning phase, still does pretty well just because of the wall and the heals that she provides and stuff. As the As One ability also is extremely powerful, but just really powerful in the laning phase. And supports, they tend to be, as the game goes on, things become an issue. So Moon Queen, the first ban from ALG, no surprise there. I think CD and Slither are probably the next two, just because they're Slither. Man, I'm good at this. They just want to eliminate the damage. Make sure that Legion do not have enough sources of right-click to auto-attack, sustain damage in team fights to be able to turn Tempest ultimate and a Bubble Scout field into actual kills. Because we've seen it before. The Chrono field, the Tempest ultimate, the Bubble Scout field. Like you drop down, you're like, look guys, I caught the entire team, but my team doesn't have any damage. So they just sit there in the Tempest ultimate, delays the fight for about 5 seconds, and then the other team gets released, and all of a sudden everything wins. So it's actually going to be Sand Wraith as the last ban. I threw that out there. I think Corrupted would have been a better ban. Rallying we picked up here. Not a huge fan of that. He has once again burst damage, and I mean they have sustained a lockdown here on the Legion side. So what they're looking for is right-click auto-attack heroes. Corrupted Disciple is, I think, should be the last pick. No doubt, this should be a CD game. Soul Stealer obviously there as well. Could work just as well, but we don't see him quite as much. And really CD more of a mid-game carry too, so that would give their lineup the correct timing. I think that would fit them very well here, so let's see what they choose to do. Meanwhile, Legion bans were Engineer Ravener and Drunken Master, feeling that Drunken was a bit of an issue last game, and of course Hellborn not really having a mid-player here, as well as no support yet, so taking out that strong support Engie. Ravener and Drunken Master almost also eliminated, but they still have so many support options that removing Engineer probably not the most impressive thing. Ratchet's still on the board, Torture's still there, Pyro's there, Luna's there, Glacius is there. Dark Lady, that's good, that's quite fine. I didn't really think of her, but I think she's a little too late game oriented for this team, but it certainly fits them well. So that's a strong pick. Makes a ton of sense. Still not a huge fan of the rally, but we'll see. I guess they're figuring that Dark Lady's going to need a babysitter in bottom, and that Empath therefore can't go mid, so you can't really put a hero in middle that needs a second hero there, like a Pebbles or something. So instead, choosing to go Rally, who's a stronger defensive middle hero. So Legion's lane's looking pretty set at this point. Dark Lady, Empath bot, Tempest in the jungle, Bubbles Suicide, and Rally in the short lane. Could certainly switch up Rally or Bubbles in that situation, but I suspect we'll see Suicide Bubbles over that. Hellborn, meanwhile, going to finish it off with Dampier and Succubus. Dampier sort of fallen off a little bit, and I'm not really sure why. The hero is still extremely viable, in my opinion. So Hellborn have plenty of late game. They have lots of burst damage, and they have a fair bit of lockdown, too. Succubus is going to be the bane of the existence of both Tempest and Dark Lady here, because those are heroes that they like to be mobile. And Tempest Ultimate obviously will be cancelled by that Superior Magic Ultimate from Succubus. The sleep in the middle of the fights is going to be a bit of an issue here for TDL too. If she gets slept in the middle of a team fight, Legion side will have no damage. So between the Smitten, which will just reduce her damage, and the Ultimate, Succubus, I really like that pick actually, because this is really a solo core lineup here on the Legion side, and Succubus just eats those, because pretty literally actually that's what Succubi do. But I mean, this TDL is going to have some issues. They're going to have to address the Succubus early on, because if they don't, it's going to become an issue with her ability to use any of her three abilities to both lock down TDL and Tempest for that matter. So she can sleep the TDL, she can smite the TDL, and then ult the Tempest to stop the ult or prevent it from coming out in the first place. And that's going to remove a lot of this Legion side's ability to do stuff. Hellborn, of course, plenty of burst damage between Hag, Parasite, and Dampier. Lots of carry between that Ratchet Hag, the Damp, and the Warbeast. Not so much in terms of pushing. Warbeast provides quite a bit, but not a huge pushing lineup. Perhaps pretty even though with this Legion side, as Tempest is really their only pusher as well. Dark Lady will help out with charging strikes, and so will Rally and Bubbles clean up pre-plays, but nobody here on either side just screams a ton of push. They have a fair bit, like not to say they don't have any, but nothing that says like, oh god, this team is going to group up super early and just start taking every single tower on the map. I think teamfight is perhaps the issue where Legion have the biggest advantage. The only thing I'm concerned about in that regard is simply the, Succubus is just going to be able to shut down multiple heroes. That's what she does. She has all these disables. So it is actually going to be Rally Suicide here, up against a Dampier not solo short, with a Succubus, and a mid Hag, and a Suicide Warbeast, so like a Parasite in the jungle as well, no doubt, the correct decision. So Legion's lanes, like I said, they're swapping up the Bubbles and the Rally in this situation. I think that's going to lend Bubbles a little bit more utility than Rally, because obviously Rally in the situation going to be destroyed, as the Succubus will just totally zone him out, using that Hard Egg to get back any health she loses. That will give Bubbles a much better time here in middle than Rally would have. But Bubbles could probably hold his own against the Succubus, just because the burst damage from Bubbles is a little high, and Succubus is sort of squishy. So we'll see what that ends up being, but Rally, obviously being pulled some regen here, has a total of 5 tangos left, but Succubus has plenty of regen herself, 2 tangos and a health pot, plus a mana potion, so if she starts to spam that Hard Egg. And meanwhile, this is going to result in free farm for Dampier. Probably would have done that anyway, even with Bubbles, but that's going to be a bit of an issue, as a snowballing Dampier, like that's what he does, is he snowballs so damn hard. And this Legion side is fairly full of squishy heroes. I mean, Dark Lady is one of the squishier melee carries. Like, she's not like she's ever going to get that tanky. And especially if you go for the Rune Cleaver build, which I think this game she sort of has to. It's kind of required. She's just not going to have that much health, ever. So between, all the burst damage on this Hellborn side, they should be able to address her frequently and with an extreme amount of effectiveness. So I'm really liking this Hellborn team, to be honest. I don't think they have as much lockdown as one might like, and the team fight might not be there, but they have so much burst damage. They're going to be so good at picking people off, and the carry is certainly there as well, so we'll see how they do. Certainly the laning phase is going to decide quite a lot in this game, as it has in both the first and second games. Rally and Psyche was over here, as Rally, I believe, just guarding that regeneration rune for Bubbles, who will bottle it up. Relatively quick bottle here in Bubbles. And I think he had some gold saved up from the beginning, didn't spend all of his 603 starting gold in order to get the bottle a little faster. Bottom lane Warbeast level 2, so not having a great time down here, as this Dark Lady is level 3. And Hellborn should be a little concerned about this as well, because this is also going to be essentially a free-farming Dark Lady. And the faster she gets the Rune Cleaver, the faster this Legion Tide is going to take off. And I will say, for all the damage that Hellborn has, and all the burst, which is really nice, their sustained damage in team fights is not going to be good until they get to late game. Just because Warbeast needs that many items, and as a suicide, he will take longer to take off. He does recover fairly well, no matter what, but he's just going to take a while to take off. That's how that hero works. Dark Lady dragging the creeps into the jungle, and she's trying to prevent Warbeast from gaining lane control here. $260 GPM on this TDL. At 4 minutes in, she sort of has to be higher. You look at that Dampier up top. He's basically had perfect CS. 380 gold per minute here at 4 minutes in. And obviously Warbeast messing with the lane a little bit more than Rally is, considering Rally's level 2. And has 0 CS, I believe. Yes. Warbeast has 6. And a deny. So Dark Lady getting contested a lot more than that Dampier is, who has basically just had complete and total free reign of this top lane. And to be honest, Rally could be in some trouble here relatively soon if Damp hits 6. Because between the level 2 Heartache and Dampier's combo, he has 700 health. May not be enough to survive. There's some harassment going out. I think they're going to start building this up. They're going to wear his health in a little bit and then turn this into a kill. As we're almost 5 minutes in here, still no Bloodlust. We're taking a slight golden experience advantage, as Rally finally gets some lane control and gets some levels as well. Damp finishing off that creep. And Dark Lady obviously getting even more CS as she pulls the wave into the jungle, gets some neutral kills. Warbeast off to the side, continually using those wolves to try to pull the wave. And does so successfully. Wall going out, stopping the wolves a little bit. As they're really interested in trying to maintain lane control here. But Warbeast's going to get a nice little soldier running up under his tower. It's a nice, fun present. And should have some pretty solid lane control here. As he's still in a little bit of danger. Level 3, of course, doesn't want to poke too far out because does not have access to the ultimate. Empath going to zone him pretty well. Obviously, Empath one of the better zoning supports in the game. Up top, Wretched Hag going to shell Bull's going to shell surf away, excuse me, as Wretched Hag is forcing him out. I believe he did bottle that, yeah. Must have been a regen rune or something like that. Bottom rune has already been picked up. Harris off to the side looking for something. Shell surf forward though, and now we'll see what he can do. Hag doesn't have that much mana, so not too much happening there. Empath looking for this Warbeast, who's now in a bit of trouble. Wall goes out, they're going to spot him. Obviously, he's only level 3. He's in a ton of trouble. Essence Link is there as well. Gonna need to just run out of here, but there's a Taint Soul. Level 6 Dark Lady. This is pretty much going to be a kill, I think. Taint Soul going to be back up in a couple of seconds, and Dark Lady can just dive this. And there's charging strikes because they need to do them. So, easy bloodlust there for TDL, boosts her up to 380 gold per minute, just alongside that Dampier. As the Legion has now taken a slight experience lead. And really, the farm on both sides is relatively even. The Suicide and support doing a little bit better for Hellborn, as actually a tower is going to help out as well. But the mid lane is quite even, the jungle is quite even, especially after that tower kill. So in fact, before that, perhaps Temp is farming a little bit better, and Bubble's farming a little bit better in the middle lane. Now the tower kill pushes stuff in favor of the Hellborn, as obviously a big chunk of gold goes into their pockets. Level 7 Dark Lady up here on the bottom, and ALG on the Dampier is level 7 as well. 420 GPM. Should have his light brand soon. Obviously when that shows up, it's going to be pretty difficult to stop Dampier, especially because how fast he's farming so early on, over 400 gold per minute, about 8 minutes in. As his CS has just been phenomenal. Ace Rune up top will be bottled by Hag. They might look for a jump here onto this Bubbles in the middle lane. No ultimate yet from Succubus. But Parasite is level 6, so they will be able to silence. Nope, not going to do it. Shell Surf goes off. Just getting a CS or two. So both sides playing this extremely passively. 8.5 minutes in, we only have the one kill on Warbeast on bottom. Obviously, pause going out, but we don't care. Bubbles sort of forced to snipe CS from the back as the doesn't feel comfortable enough going in here. Sleep there on the Empath, and she's in a lot of trouble. Puts the wall out, not bad, but just too much nuke damage from the Hard H and the Leak. And it's a pretty easy kill there on Empath. Taint Soul harassed from TDL. Warbeast is now level 6. That'll make him a lot more bold in this lane, having access to that ultimate, that burst heal. But nice take cover on the face hug there. It is going to stop the aggression. Hag is hasted. We'll take the stun there and should be alright. But obviously, you know, having the additional health from the ultimate as well as the unslowable haste move speed and unit walking, quite nice. Tempest coming out of the jungle is already level 9 and is in fact the highest level in the game. 300 gold per minute as well. Interesting that he hasn't started to push yet. You know, very often you see level 7 Tempest, level 6 Tempest come out of the woods and be like, alright, let's start taking some towers, buddy. Ten-minute rune going to spawn top. It is an invis. Bubbles hanging out in the middle, throws a shell serve out, hits nothing with it. Top Hag gonna chug her bottle and then grab the invis. Perhaps jump somewhere else. I think this is about the time where TDL should be pressured pretty heavily. Parasite working on his codex. Well, if he chooses to split the Ghost Marchers, we'll have it in about 700 gold. And he actually takes the invis from Hag, so that's nice. They're looking for a jump on Bubbles here. He puts the Shell Surf out. Parasite going to work his way around, I think. So he has Face Hug. Nope. Going to go bottom for the Dark Lady. Or maybe the Empath. Warbeast activating the ultimate. There's the Essence Link. He's going to man fight this for some reason. He's just waiting for that to expire so he doesn't take the stun. And now a couple ports here on bottom. Parasite's also here as well, obviously, with the invis. A little far behind, but there's a Compel. Helps to try to kill Warbeast, and they do actually kill him, but not enough. Dark Lady now going to get bursted down. Will kill. Dampier's also, and that's going to be a 3 for not 1. As Warbeast drops, they kill Empath, Dark Lady, and Rally. So, nice engagement there from the Hellborn team, bringing a lot more heroes than the Legion initially thought. And showing up. Damp has the light brand, obviously, going to help push the spot tower down. Glyph goes off. Tempest and Bubbles, I think, both spotted by that Succubus, has access to her ultimate, so we'll see if she chooses to do anything with it. Just sort of zoning them out. This is going to be a bot tower kill. Will be denied? No. They're going to jump onto this Bubbles, and he's totally dead. Succubus hold coming out there as well. Warbeast off to the side, perhaps looking for something on this Empath or Tempest. Nope, just going to go in the jungle. And so Hellborn pick up a tower kill and a hero kill, and we'll just escape. Charging strikes in there from TDL. Takes the Skeleton King on Parasite. Going to try to run away with this. Wall goes out, and you're in some trouble, buddy. Saint Soul. Rally trying to save the Compel to actually stun the Parasite. There's a Charging Strikes in. Run! And there's the Compel. That's going to be a dead Parasite, no doubt. So many of you there getting caught out, but not the biggest deal. As they already had the Bubbles, and of course they took the tower on bottom as well. Very strong. Hellborn still already having all of their 3 Tier 1 towers, and perhaps going to pressure this middle Tier 1 to complete the set of Legion Tier 1 towers. Dampier returning top, continuing to farm up. 1900 gold saved up. Should have Grimoire of Power, probably up around the 15 to 16 minute mark. That's an extremely fast Grimoire. 477 gold per minute here this early on is really, really good. 350 on Dark Lady, so she'll be going for that Ring Favorite, but probably won't have it for 10 minutes or so. Okay, no, it won't take her 10 minutes. It'll take her 6. And she already has the Sustainer. We'll snipe in the Ancients here. We'll stack them with the Shell Surf. Hag, 14-minute ring going to spawn bottom. Refreshment is top. It is Illusions on bot. Tempest over here. Going to farm jungle continuously. It's level 10, so still doing very well. Both Damp and Hag have caught him, though. Let's continue to use that Shell Surf to farm, of course, off in the jungle. Dampier, so that's Succubus there. Going to get caught by Empath a little bit. Wall goes out defensively. Succubus going to retreat. Spawning some elementals in the middle, obviously Illusion Hag, not going to be caring too much about that. And it looks like Legion's finally grouping up for a push here. Once again, Illusion Hag getting sent in to stall this a little bit. TL off to the side. I'm not doing too much to stop this so far. The entire Legion team is here. TDL obviously in the trees and Empath way at the back. But Bubbles, Rally, and Tempest are in the foreground. Gonna start pushing this tower in. And over here, we've got a jump by Parasite onto Empath. Will get the kill very easily. And that's gonna break up this push a little bit, it looks like. No, Elementals despawn, so now the whole Hellborn team is here, except for Warbeast, who's just pushing bottom. And finally coming in this direction. TDL looking through her own jungle for something. Parasite gonna take over a wolf here. It's actually showing the infest. TDL going to try to get this Warbeast, but I don't think the Dark Blades are going to last long enough. They're going to need a Tempest ultimate, but they're not going to find it. Obviously that Parasite and Warbeast combination really nice because you always have an invis creep with the wolves. Parasite gonna hop out of that now, and looks like Hellborn are gonna push mid on their own. This tower obviously much lower. Wall going out will stall this a little bit, but it's not gonna stop it. This will easily be a tower kill. And that's all Tier 1's dead to the Legion. Succubus off to the side, putting to sleep, but it gets taken off by Bubbles. That's well done, and then by Empath. jump there by Parasite onto 2, and there's immediately a kill on Empath. Kelfield goes down, Bubble Sports to the side, not going to matter. And Pesty takes the stun, but there it wears off. Tempest looking for an ultimate, had a pretty good one lined up there. Bat Blast hits nothing. Dampier puts the Terrorize, not going to happen. Ultimate from TDL, and now they're going to try to get this. They actually just turned on to Rally there, as Dampier's like, whatever, buddy. Tempest now on the run. Realizing he does not have the damage follow-up, so even if he dropped an ultimate, it really wouldn't be that helpful. 3 for nothing there in favor of the Hellborn. On top of the tower, Codex being leveled up by Parasite. It seemed like Tempest had an opportunity for a really, really, really good ult there. And I don't think he was silenced either. But for some reason, just unable to put it down. Maybe TDL wasn't close enough. I didn't know where she was. There's one broadsword. Second one should be along shortly, although her GPM has fallen, 325 gold per minute, and Dampier continues to exceed that by quite a lot. Both Hag now out farming her as well, so Legion side in a bit of a pickle. And this game is going the way of both games 1 and game 2, except for the fact that it's Hellborn that's winning this time. Actually, that is the finished cleave there. Invis Hag off to the side here, no Bat Blast of course, but Parasite's also invisible. This is definitely a dead Pet Tempest, as they're going to choose to jump in, put the Astrolabe out, but it's not going to... Really? That was interesting. Parasite takes the Kalefield Stun, sleep on a Rally though, and the Glacial Blaster are doing a little bit, but not nearly enough. You see the jump in. Warbeast's going to jump. Dampier will help then shop Tempest, so he does in fact die. It just took a lot longer than we thought. Empath going to just do death. Codex finishing her. Bubbles ports away with the Shell Surf, but that's still a hasted Dampier who's looking for him. Shell Surf, Song of the Sea goes off, and he's going to be able to port away successfully. Sleep on the Rally. Probably not the right decision there, as they were just going to kill him, compel away. And there's going to be a jump there from Damp once again. Hot slowing him down, but he manages to get in there, so a bit of a misplay I think there from Succubus. And choosing to use the sleep there. Bubbles throwing the Shell Surf out. We'll snipe a few, actually. But Hellborn are, for the most part, alive. Of course, getting a couple of kills on the Tempest and the Empath. And we'll just break up and go back to farming. So, it's really nice here for the Hellborn. The short cooldowns, they can continuously gank, put out so much burst magic damage at once. Damp off to the side, trying to finish off these Ancients, but really just helping Darkblade kill them. More than anything, so thanks. Off to the side, Rally getting jumped by the ultimate from Succubus and the Codex. That's going to be an easy kill there in favor of Hag. Triple Ancients here, presumably going to be cleaned up by somebody. They're getting drawn out there by Warbeast, but they're already tripled, so it's not like he's going to stack them again. Meanwhile, up top, let's just watch her from the beginning. Damp says, hello, I have a portal key. TDL trying to charge away, but not going to happen. So, just too much damage. Obviously, Damp already with the Grimoire and the portal key, 560 gold per minute. 1600 gold saved up. I assume we're going to see a Shrunken Head from him next. Hag already has Light Brand, so and enough for the Ultimate Orb, so should have her own Grimoire in maybe a minute. 2, probably closer to 2. That's actually, so that's going to be better timing for Hag. Actually, jump there on Bubbles. Is he going to be able to live? Yes, thanks to the Aswan and the Astrolabe. Now, Kelfield going on to 2. Tempest looking for a lockdown. We'll get an ultimate of 2, and this is going to be death on Raps Parasite. And Succubus in a lot of trouble as well, but Dampier are going to come in for the cleanup. Hag is here as well. They're going to get the kill immediately onto Bubbles. And they get Rally as well. Off to the side, Tempest dropping to the creeps, in fact. And there goes Empath. So this is a clean. And TDL trying to finish off Hag. Will get it, but now she's in some trouble, having used her charging strikes already. Has them back in a couple of seconds. Dampier has almost no mana. Refresh rune up there going to be grabbed by TDL, and she'll just run away. Let's see how far Damp chooses to chase. There we go, with a portal key and the Terrorize. This is going to be another kill. So, it's genocide. As he chose the correct direction to portal key, and not sure if there's anything left that the Legion side can do about this. It's game 3 in a 3-game series, so I understand why they'd be like, all right, let's keep fighting it out. But TDL's at 350 gold per minute, and Dampier's over 600. Warbeast is at 334. and Wretched Hag's at 400. So they have 3 heroes here on the Hellborn side that can go late game, and they are all farming at 330 plus gold per minute 21 minutes into this game, and they're all only going to get better because they're all fast farmers now. Of course, Hag having the Grimoire, Dampier having the Grimoire, and Warbeast having the Abyssal Skull. Those are their core items to turn into strong farmers. And I'm not feeling it here from the Legion side. Parasite feeling confident enough to hang out in the Legion jungle. And support's coming in bottom by Dark Lady. Hag just stealing that creep. Rude. Parasite's going to steal the creep here now from Hag. Yep. So apparently Temp team's having some problems here. It's infighting about who gets which creeps. Each once again to steal it. Sonar Scream says, aha, I'm even better at this. On bottom, both these heroes perhaps in some trouble, but the rest of the Hellborn team is also somewhat nearby. Dampier off to the side, of course, has the portal key. Tempest here spawning out as Hag's getting at the Dark Blades on her, but we'll see. Dampier should jump. There's the counter initiation, and boy, just death.
Can't touch this.
I mean, I don't know what to do about this Dampier anymore. There's nothing you can do. Parasite off to the side, throws the leech on Empath, jumps into Bubbles and runs him away. This is going to be enough. Facehug is up on Parasite, but they're anticipating to take cover, so not going to use it. This is going to be a bot tower push as a result. And Legion just not able to do anything about this. TDL once again falling 310 gold per minute. Now that's not the direction you're supposed to go. Once you pick to the cleave, you're supposed to go, oh, now I have 500 gold per minute, now I have 600 gold per minute, now I have 800 gold per minute. You're not supposed to go, now I'm going further down. Glacial Blast going to save Tempest here. Elemental's doing a lot of damage. He might be looking for a turnaround here. I don't think he has the damage to do it, so yeah, good that he chooses not to, but sort of poking in a little bit there. Bubbles in the middle lane, looking to run the hell away. Still no portal key on him, 24 minutes into the game now. And you're in some trouble, buddy. Gonna get spotted out there. Takes cover, shell surfs away, but they obviously know where he's going. Dampier has the portal key up in 5 seconds. Warbeast off to the side has the Altiform activated. Gonna have to drop the Kelp Field here if he wants to live, I think. May not even do matter. Yep, there it is. There's the burst. A little too much. Rally compare, not gonna matter. It's the Light Brand on. Seismic Slam onto 2, but he just gets eaten off to the side. Tempest looking for something. Sleep onto Succubus, so she'll be okay. Essence Link is on the Warbeast here, and she's in trouble. Nice lockdown with the Tempest Ultimate. They do get the kill onto Succubus. Also going to drop Warbeast. Facehug going to stop the Tempest Ultimate finally, as Warbeast is just, or Parasite's just going to run away now. It's a 4v2, and Dampier's like, whatever, here comes Hag. Backblast will finish off Empath. Also hits Bubbles. Puts the takeover down, but there's a Shell Surf. Is he going to be able to get away? Nope, Blick finishes him off with the Sonar Screen. And Charging Strikes away from TDL. There's a Terrorize and everything, the Vampiric Flight. Easy kill there. Tempest's going to get cleaned as well. And that's Genocide. TDL buys back immediately. I'm not sure why. There's nothing she can do about this. Voidstone, actually. Void Talisman from Hag. So that's 4 towers down here in favor of the Hellborn. They've only lost one of their own. Mid-tower, the only one's still surviving. And like I said before, this game's just over. I don't know. It's been pretty heavy. Been pretty action-packed. Been a fun game to watch. It's just that's over. We're done. Empath off to the side. Gonna get slept there, and boy, you're dead there, buddy.
Superstar.
It's a bloodbath. 2 away from the Immortal here on LG, and we'll see if he can get Ooze Scary. Conqueror to be tempted here by Hellborn side. Should be able to drop this in about 10 seconds. I didn't really mean that literally, but actually it's sort of true. Okay, maybe it's going to take 20, 25. But that's a fast Conqueror right there.
Conqueror has been slain.
And Dampier up to 700 or so gold per minute. More than double Dark Ladies. And he's going Firebrand here after the Shrunken Head, so no surprise he went the Shrunken. Then the Firebrand, presumably going for a Geometer's Bane. Going the Void Talisman after the Grimoire. Probably going to Shrunken Head on her too. Off to the side, Damp going to jump 2. Easy kill onto Empath. Now Tempest in a lot of trouble. Going to get held by Succubus. For some reason, Bubble's jumping in here. Throws a silence, not going to matter. TDL don't matter. They don't really care this. Shrunken Head pop by Damp here. He's dropping all the way to the side, and there goes the GG's. And he gets the Immortal just after the CC. That hurts. How mean. These people are so mean. Rally and try to pour it out, not going to matter. So, Game 3 going to Temp Team, as well as the series. Very well played to them. And once again, the situation of strong laning phase turned into a strong game, and they take it in about 27 minutes. So, that'll be it for these quarterfinals. And I don't think I'll be able to cover anything else, as I think all the replays are just not available. I don't know where they are or what's going on, but that might do it for me in the Ultimate Series Solstice, unfortunately, as I was hoping to cover the semifinals and the finals themselves. Regardless, that's it for this game. We'll play the Temp Team. They will move on, and I'll see you next time.